already know how I feel about Disney anyway.
Okay, so this week, or not this week, the third week in December, just before Christmas, the unveiling, the Hall of Presidents at Disney World was closed when we went. Mm-hmm. But it's not like we wanted to go anyway, because that's not interesting to the kids. But there was this big, not rigmarole, but like this big talk about the new statue that's going, or not statue, they're animated. So
is it wax?
Animatron. I think that's what it's
called. Are they robots?
They're more like robots.
Oh. And
so it talks. So every president is in there. Mm. And there is such an uproar about the way that Mr. Trump's
your president
thing looks. He looks like a monster.
I saw
like he looks like his face is melting off, and it's the worst rendition of a human.
I saw the picture. He looks dead. It looks like a corpse of Trump.
It really does. And every person, so many people on Twitter and all social media, they are just having a field day with this monstrosity that is housed in the happiest place on earth.
All right, so
that's scaring children.
That's scary, and I don't like it, and I'm never going to go see that. I may go to Disney again, I'm sure I will, but I will not lay eyes upon that.
I wouldn't if I were you. Quite scary.
I don't want it. But also, the day that you left here and went to Disney, there was something. So Atlanta might be the most
random.
The most, like, remember we talked about how the freeway, like, blew up or whatever?
Yes.
85. And then we talked about all the snow issues.
10 inches.
And our snowpocalypse Benji, who decided to, like, come and take us by storm. And then, there was something else. Oh, yeah, the Falcons lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, in a crazy something. So, this weekend, or that weekend before, anyways, the airport shut down. Yes. When you guys were on your way.
We had an 8:00 flight on Sunday.
In the morning?
Yes.
Okay.
We were there, all went smoothly. By the time we land at 10, it was a blackout at the airport.
So 10:01, but like you were already in Orlando.
We were already in Orlando.
Oh.
And somehow we missed it. I don't know. It was the grace of God, because we were like, wow, see, that happened so early. So we don't know. It was crazy. We didn't even know it had happened, because my parents were preparing to come on Monday. So they were like, oh no, the airport's going to be shut down. We're not going to make it. And they got to make it too. Their flights weren't even changed from Southwest.
Nice.
But the only elephant that I have about the situation, like, nobody really understood what happened. Finally, it came out that
did they blame it on a crackhead?
Georgia Power. That's my only elephant, and being uncomfortable about the whole situation. I was so nervous immediately that they were going to blame it on a crackhead.
Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson Airport is the busiest airport
in the world.
So the fact that, like, people were crying on TV talking about they can't get to Prague, and they're connecting flight to South Africa, and they can't, like, it was dramatic.
It was.
And
people
then Chick-fil-A, the heroes of all of Atlanta.
On a Sunday when they're closed. Don't forget.
On a Sunday when Chick-fil-A is closed, they were able to ship in chicken sandwiches to all the people.
Yay, Chick-fil-A.
So shout out to Chick-fil-A. You guys are awesome.
Dun, 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 dun.
That was great.
We love Chick-fil-A.
We even felt the pushback, I guess, from that because the people who were catering the award ceremony I was at, they're like the number one restaurant in the Atlanta airport, and food in the Atlanta airport is really, really good.
It is so good.
This was on like CNN, all the stuff. The restaurant who was catering the event, their restaurant is in the airport. They have two restaurants, and they're in two different parts of the airport, so they couldn't get the food from the airport to the event.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
And so they cater like locally or whatever, but their major establishments are in the airport.
Yeah, because that's a whole little city.
Yeah, and it's like the food is so good in there.
You can find anything you want in that doggone airport.
So he was able to make some things real quick and like have little samples, and the food was amazing. So I was like, I could just imagine if they had all of it. But it was called Poppy's, I think.
Okay.
It's like a Cuban restaurant. It was really my kids loved it. It was really good. But we had
Cuban food while we were in Orlando.
We were actually affected by that, and not even at the airport. I'm like, what does the airport have to do with this? But apparently a lot. It's the livelihood of the city, I think. Delta, Hub, like, it's a big deal.
It is. It's huge compared to others.
Yeah, so that's our elephants in the room. They aren't so bad now that we're done with them.
Yeah, but that monster down at Disney World, I don't know if we're going to be able to make it again.
I don't like it. So we have some tea shines for the soul.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So it's time to kind of reflect on the year. You know, we're in a new year, and 2017, peace out. You know,
hello,
bye bye. My word for the year was winning. And I think I mentioned before, like, I really won a lot of awards. And that wasn't even what I meant by winning. What was your word for 2017?
I didn't have one. I told you I think it was light.
I thought it was overflow.
That's 2018.
Oh, you've already unveiled your word for the year?
It's urgency.
Which one is it? Which one?
Overflow.
Okay,
that's
awesome.
For 2018, though.
I don't have mine for 2018 yet. I got to feel it through. And I actually was able to do like a little poll with our audience, and I received this really good one. So her word was release.
Relax.
Relate.
Release.
So her word was actually release, which is very interesting. And so when I asked her, did choosing a word like release help her to release, and would she get a new one next year, she replied, absolutely. Every time I allowed myself to release what was no longer serving me, I received something better. Every time I would release my need to be in control, everything was already taken care of. I'm not sure when I'll get another word, but I'm paying more attention to synchronicity. So that really blessed me with the idea that you should choose a word, and even if whatever it is doesn't come to fruition, that is what you're paying more attention to. So that whole idea of like energy and things we're bringing and like putting things out there. Who commented said that they did, like, it brought the word to the forefront, so they were thinking of that throughout the year. And so that brings us to resolutions
for 2018.
Yeah.
A tip for your word of the year. One of my mentors told me that a great way to keep that word outside of putting it up in front of you or whatever is to make the word your passcodes, your passwords.
Oh, that's a good
tip. For
tip.
the whole year. And it's always, like, you know, it's always gonna be something that you're typing over and over and over, and it subconsciously get in your spirit. So I had to hurry up and change my password for real, because it was my husband's name, and I was like, I shouldn't be obsessing over my husband. So it was always his name for everything. So
you're about to change it too?
I've already changed it on my computer. It's new.
Don't tell everyone.
It's new, and on my home away from home stuff that I did for us for our marriage retreat that's coming up in 2018. Later on in 2018, I changed it to that as well. But it really does help me be reminded. So maybe that's something everybody could try this year.
I like that. But lots of people were using their word as their hashtag on social media.
Yeah.
Which everyone else would associate them with that. Everything they posted had the hashtag on it. So that's a thing as well. Don't know if I'm going to be using that one, but
incorporate your technology.
I do.
We're always on it.
Yeah, if you're identifying with that and you're making it a part of your online personality, then by all means, create your hashtag, and you can, go back through all those things. So,
how do you feel about resolutions?
I'm more of a vision board type of person. So the whole resolution, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to do this. I never really cared so much about that. Like,
I used to make them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's like in the last 2 years, I've kind of revolted. Like, why am I even? Mm-hmm. Why am I doing this? Because it's what society says that's supposed to be next, or like I actually started because of our friend Kathy Heller.
Mm-hmm.
In September, she started this thing. It was like, don't wait till the new year.
Yeah,
so
I remember that. Yeah.
I really started New Year thinking in September.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I'm a supporter of the resolutions either.
I feel like the resolutions are things that people say and do. They want to start fresh. They want to start new. But I just don't see a lot of follow through on that. And so I just feel like it's kind of just a bandwagon, like, I'm going to do this thing, but you're not really doing all the things in place. And, like, literally there's companies who base their, success on that people are, like, gym memberships, because everyone wants to get fit for the new year and all that. And people who are gym rats, like, that go to the gym all the time, are always like, gosh, these resolution people. And they already know that by February, it's going to be back to normal.
Yeah, I don't know what that cycle is. The whole, all right, I'm going to start working out. Oh, just kidding. Setting yourself up for failure.
I'm going to eat right. I'm going to do. And I feel like everyone has good intentions of it. But what is that secret sauce that makes someone actually do the things that they say they're going to do? Like the follow-up part. What do you think it is? Because I have an idea.
I don't know. Maybe once you say your idea, I can.
I feel like it's a certain type of person. Like people who don't commit to stuff or have like low discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're not going to be successful at anything. Like you have a discipline issue. You don't have like a new year.
That's
issue.
right. That's
like,
true.
Because if you had it, you wouldn't be wanting those type of things in the new year anyway. It would just be already be a part of your
happening.
life. Basically, without stepping on feet or toes or anything like that. Because I recognize a lot of people in this world they have discipline problems. Like, especially in America, we have a lot of discipline issues.
Yes.
We just indulge, and just keep going until, but it's hard.
Yeah, I think sometimes people just need that marker to say, hey, it's time for you to think about your life and, reestablish what you know is right. Yeah. But again, I think that I am personally a self-reflective person all the time. So the need for me to do that